Hi everybody and welcome back. So today I've got the BTFC RDA. This is a collaboration between Augvape and VapnFagan, which I'm sure you all know who he is. It's a 25 millimeter RDA. It has top and bottom airflow, and it does come with a squonk pin, which is awesome. The deck is a little bit unique in the sense of the way that it's set up. I'm sure that there's probably something out there that's similar. I just can't really think of one that is exactly similar to this. I have to tell you that the flavor on this is crazy. It's crazy. It's got a lot of airflow. If you like a lot of airflow, you can also cut it down, make it a little bit less airflow. But either way that you do it, you're going to get tremendous flavor. I promise you that. As long as you build on it in a certain way, and keeping your coils right above the top, the airflow, the bottom airflow that's showing, there's no way that you can do it wrong. So I'm going to take you down low. We're going to build on it. We're going to show you I'm going to show you everything that it comes with. I'm going to show you how to build on it, or how I like to build on it. Again, everything that is in my videos is my opinion and the way that I like to do things. Not everybody does the same. That's the way that I do it. So let's go ahead and look at the BTFC. Okay, so here we are with the BTFC RDA, bottom top flavor clouds. That's what it stands for. This is a collaboration between VapnFagan and Augvape. Here's the social media information for Augvape. They're on all of these social medias. You're going to get your scratch off authenticity. On the back, it's going to give you some information. I do want to let you know that the 510 drip tip adapter is not included. And in the bag of accessories, you actually get an extra 810 drip tip. So you do get the one that comes with it plus an extra. And this is the packaging, which is Augvape's standardized packaging. And you open it up, you're going to get your RDA, which is sometimes a little bit of a pain to get out. And then you're going to get your Allen key, which I don't need because I actually have something, so I'm going to leave that. And then in the bottom, under here, you're also going to get some extra grub screws. You're going to get the extra 810 tall boy drip tip, and you're going to get some extra O-rings, and then your 510 pin. If you notice there, there's holes on either side of the 510 pin, so it'll actually disperse in the deck evenly, so that you're going to get equal distribution of your e-liquid on both sides. So when you take it out, this is what you're going to get. You've got the RDA. Again, it does have BTFC. It does come in 4 colors: black, stainless steel, gunmetal, and rainbow. It does have a removable 810 drip tip. You do have an O-ring on the inside. I know it's black, so it's kind of hard to see it, but it does fit any of your standard goon size RDAs. And then it is a 2-piece, so then you can take off this piece here, which is your top cap. And if you notice, sorry about all the liquid in there, cleaning it out, it didn't dry it all the way. You're gonna have like a dome shape on the inside of the top. It does have an O-ring here, and it is made for dual coils. You can do a single coil, but it's going to have the dual coil airflow, or the dual airflow. And then you can actually close off your top airflow just by turning this, and it does have a really, really nice resistance for your O-ring tolerance. It's really, really nice. On the bottom, you're going to have 2 bottom airflow slits, and those can be closed off, but I'm going to talk more about that. It is a 25 millimeter in diameter RDA. It does come with your gold-plated 510 pin built in. It doesn't come with the squonk pin automatically in it because it's considered to be just a regular RDA that you can squonk with. So the squonk pin is included. It does say by Augvape and VapnFagan. Of course, it's got your little warnings and your serial number on it. It does protrude, so yes, you can use this on a hybrid if you so choose. And then we're going to go ahead and open it up so I can show you the deck more. And the inside of the cap. So this is the inside of the cap. Once you take this off, it's just regular standard cap. Again, you've got the 2 bottom airflows there, and then your top over here. And then you've got on the deck, you've got the bottom airflow here, and then this is the deck. If you notice, this is a really, really, really deep juice well. The juice well is, if I'm not mistaken, 10 millimeters deep. It is seriously deep. Like look, almost up to the curve. So it is very, very deep. If you see this part here and this part here, that's when you have the 510, the 510 pin with the squonk capabilities. You're actually gonna have liquid evenly distribute to both sides of your wicking channels. So you will not have any problem leaking, because once you squonk, it's gonna evenly go out. These right here are your airflow holes for your bottom airflow. It does go in and up. So yes, if you do drip directly on him, it will come out the bottom airflow unless you have it closed off. Your peak insulator is on this side, and you've got your leads go in here. Again, it's still a little bit moist, sorry about that. Your leads are gonna go in here. These are really, really nice. They're not too tight and not too loose to screw in and out. So they go in very easily, and then they come out just as easy. So yeah, and if I'm not mistaken, they're like 3 millimeter holes. You can fit some really nice size coils in these. I've actually been using it with aliens, and we're gonna install some aliens today as well. So let's go ahead and start building on them. I'm just gonna go ahead and release these. And you do wanna release them pretty much almost all the way. If you've got a thicker type of coil like my alien, the legs are a little bit thicker so that they have enough room. And those are already out. I'm gonna take this one out just a little bit further. Okay, and then I am gonna be using some aliens from Coil Clout. The way that they come with the 5 wraps is gonna be ohming out to the 0.08 or 0.10. I wanted a little bit higher of a resistance, so I did put an extra wrap on each. So they do look a little wonky because of the fact that one leg is shorter than the other, because I did that, but that's okay. This shorter leg is actually the perfect length for the build deck. So I'm just gonna go ahead and cut the other one to mirror that one. So let's go ahead and cut that one right there. Now you can pre-cut your leads. You can also use what's called like a coily tool like this. This is actually from Coily in the UK. I'll leave the information down below. You can use this as well. Oops, I have a little leg on there. Or you can just drop them in and clip them from the outside. It does have that capability as well. The only problem is if you are gonna do that, it will leave a little bit there. Let me show you before I clip this one. Just gonna put that one in there. I'll put this one in here. Oops, a little bit, there we go. Because I wrapped it, it's not, there we go. All right, so if you put them in like this, they will come out the bottom. I'll just unscrew this one just a tad bit more. There we go. It will actually show through the bottom, and you can clip it there, but if you do clip it there, you're gonna have only one issue. And let me show you what that is. Put this in there. Drop that a little bit more. I want it close to there. You tighten it up and I'll show you. Oh, if I'm in camera. Duh, you missed that whole struggling part. I'm so sorry. There you go, put them in there. Straighten that out, and then we'll clip it from the outside. You wanna make sure to lift it up a little bit so that you can get it flush, and you wanna try to be as flush as possible here when you cut it. It's gonna be sticking out just a little bit. It's not gonna touch the top cap, but it will be sticking out just a little bit. That's why I like to pre-cut, but that's just my preference. You can do it this way as well. So there we go, and then I'll just go ahead and insert the other one, because why not? That one's already in. And then put this in there. Take this out just a little bit more. Like I said, if you've got some thick wire, you might want to pull them out almost all the way, if not all the way, and then push it in there. There we go. Just get that in there. It's a little bit crooked, but there we go. All right, now it's in there. And then just go ahead and screw that one down. And I'll fix my coils afterward, and I am doing it a little bit backwards. There we go. Here we go. It's just the way I do things. I'm not like everybody else. And then make sure that that one's tightened down, and then we'll straighten that up. There you go. And this one needs to be straightened up a little bit as well. Tighten this more down. Okay. Now, hold on, let me just get this one up just a little bit more. And this one straightened that way a little bit more. Okay. This one needs to be tightened just a little bit more. When you're finagling them, or moving them around, whatever, however you want to say it, I always suggest going back and making sure that they're tight, because sometimes, especially with thicker wires or thicker coil legs, you're going to actually have to, you can loosen them up. So I always do this anyways. Now, if you notice now that I did that, it's sticking out just a little bit further on this side. Just going to try to get there. Just a little tiny bit there. Yep. All right, now it's flush. All right, so here are my coils. And I like to pull them outward a little bit so that there's space in the middle. Now, I'm not going to be squonking on this. I'm actually going to be dripping. So I want the bottom airflow to hit the bottom of the coil, but I don't want my juice to go down. So I do try to keep them a little bit spaced in the middle. So when you're dripping down, it's not going to go into the airflow. Now, being that it is bottom airflow, and I'm sometimes just totally forget like what I'm vaping on, and I just go ahead and drip down the middle, you might get some leaking out the bottom. That's the case for bottom airflow. So that's, you know, possible to happen to you as well. So I'm just going to move this up just a little bit more. And this one just a little tiny bit more as well. So it's still hitting the bottom, but they're perfectly positioned and looking beautiful. And we're going to go ahead and start firing them up. Now, just fire. And you can see that they're already starting to smoke. And then you will get some amber. There we go. Go ahead and start pinching them. And what I also like to do is just pull them apart slightly when they're alien coils so that you're not strumming them and messing up the outer wire. Sometimes that'll help as well, just to get it heating a little bit faster. So I just pull them apart just a little bit. There you go. And sometimes that'll work out a little bit faster. Okay, see, now they're starting to heat up, starting to discolor. I'm just going to keep playing around with them. Pull them out a little bit. This is usually the part that takes the longest amount of time, is actually heating up those coils. There we go. Almost there. I'm just going to pinch them together. Get those hot spots out. Okay, so we've got them glowing evenly from the inside out. There we go. And I'm going to go ahead and get some cotton, and then we'll get this baby all wicked up. Just a little bit more finagling right here. This is bothering me right there. There we go. Okay, so let me go ahead and get some cotton, and we'll get started. And for today, I am going to be using my Kindle Vape Cotton Gold Edition as usual. And I'm just going to let that cool down. So I've got a piece. I just took a long piece. I'm actually just going to cut it right in half. And then we've got two pieces. So let's go ahead and just start twisting this one out. These are 3mm in diameter coils, so they fit perfectly. And there we go. Getting those little pointy ends sometimes could be the hardest part of this whole process. There we go. Get that piece out. Pull some of this over. There we go. Tight, but not too tight. Now we'll do the other side. Doing the same thing, just twisting it up. Making a point so it'll go through. Watch this point go better. Take the pointiest side. That's what you need. Go. And there we go. All right. So what I'm going to do is, I like to fluff out my wicks. Not everybody does. I do. So I'm going to fluff them out. And I'm going to do this especially because it's got such a deep juice well. I want the juice to come up the cotton and into the coils. And I want to make sure that it can do that. So So I'm going to do is just actually cut it right to about a little over the bottom O-ring from here. So just a little bit over that. I'm going to do the other side. I'm not fluffing them too thin, but I am fluffing them out, and then do the same thing here. Now again, this is a really, really deep juice well, and yeah, and you just literally just plop them in there. It's very, very simple to wick this RDA. And there you go. I do like to leave a little bit of space and make sure that it's not too snug on the sides, because that way I know that it's actually going to wick up a lot faster than having it. If you force it and you put too much in there, it's going to take forever for it to wick. I'll be honest with you. That's my opinion though. Okay, and so for today, for the e-liquid, we're going to be using this chilled milk. And for compliance purposes, this product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical. So just want to let you know. And this is actually the caramel coffee flavor, and yum. If you like coffee, this is the flavor to get. I promise you, this is the flavor. Now, this does have bottom airflow. I might get some out of the bottom because I want to wet my wicks from within the coils first, and then wet the rest of it. So I'm going to put some here, pulse it, because I want to make sure that that cotton that is inside the coils is getting wet as well, because if not, then you can get dry hits. It won't wick as efficiently, and you can get like some cotton flavor, but I'm not getting any of that the way that I do it. And then you can also drip right down the middle, but if you do that, you see how it goes on either side? It's going in the airflow. So what I suggest doing is either dripping from the sides or dripping like this so that it'll go on the side. So if you drip it like this, you're away from the airflow. And there we go. And a little bit more here. And then you can also just go ahead and plop it in the juice wells as well, because they are deep. You're not gonna have any problem whatsoever. So everything's all nice and wicked up. Gonna go ahead and put the top cap on. Okay, so here we are back on top. Before I talk about anything, I definitely wanna go ahead and have a vape and let you know what it vapes like. I have both the top and the bottom airflows all the way open, so here we go. I have my AC on, so I do apologize. Flavor, 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 flavor for days. I promise you, flavor for days. As well as clouds. Now, I'm not gonna give you my pros and cons just yet, because I want to show you about the airflow. I didn't show you down below because it's kind of hard to show you from down below without vaping it. So I did want to show you. Now, on the top, that's easy to show you. You can actually close them down like I mentioned before. It's really, really easy. That's closed on the top, but it is open on the bottom. So let's go ahead and have a vape that way. Still tremendous flavor, tremendous clouds, no problem at all. Now I'm gonna open the top back up, which you can do 1 or 2 notches closed. You don't have to close it all the way if you don't want to. As a matter of fact, let me close it with just one closed. Okay, so I've got 1 closed, just 1. Either way you do it, you're gonna get great airflow. The only problem I have with closing off the bottom airflow, and this happened to me on the, I want to say the Aquitas or Equitas, is, and I'll show you now. If I close the bottom airflow, which you can close it, you just have to turn it and it'll close it off and it'll show the silver. Now, what has happened though, it has moved the airflow to the side of the coils. Do you see that? The airflow is now not directly on the coils, it's actually moved. That to me is my biggest con. I definitely wanted to show you that so you can see, but yeah, my airflow is right there, but my coils are right there. So I like the fact that you can close off the bottom airflow, but for me it's a con because now my airflow for the top is not angled directly on my coils. So for me, I would never close it because of the fact that it's going to skew the top airflow if I want the top airflow. So that to me is my biggest con of that. Honestly, that's pretty much the only con I have on this. For me, for my vaping needs, for the way that I vape, that would be the only con, because I was really looking forward to being able to shut down that bottom airflow and trying it with just the top airflow, which I can do. That's not a problem. I've gone ahead and closed it off, and we'll go ahead and vape it. It's still going to give me good flavor. It's going to give me good clouds, but knowing that I'm not hitting it directly, it's just not the same for me. Still great flavor, still great clouds. It's not the flavor, it's not the cloud production, it's none of that that's giving me the con. It's just the positioning of the airflow moving. That I have to mention because for somebody else it might bother them. But for me, I mean, I can do it that way. It's not going to bother me. I can still have the bottom airflow closed. That's great. You can still drip down the top. It's not going to leak out because you've got the bottom closed. That to me is like the only real con that I have. Another subjective con is when you're closing it, it's showing silver. So now it's silver and black, which doesn't really bother me because it's got the lettering in silver. So it kind of matches, but for some, they might want to see it all blacked out. I don't know. That's just what I've heard in the past, so that's why I'm bringing it up. Now, again, the top airflow thing doesn't bother me only because it still gives great flavor. No matter which way you put this, you're going to get great flavor. No matter which way you put this, you're going to get good clouds. It is super, super airy when everything's open, and I really like airy vapes. That to me is like a huge plus. I love, love, love airflow. That's one of the reasons why I vape so much, is because I really love the airflow. So for this RDA, the airflow is definitely immense, and I love it. It's just super airy, but it's not turbulent. If you hear it, no matter which way you do it, no turbulence whatsoever. It vapes absolutely smooth, clean, flavorful clouds. Exactly what it should be doing. Now, a couple other cons that I did mention, not particularly for the RDA itself, is there's no 510 drip tip adapter, but the packaging does say that there is. So that to me would be a con. And that's about it. And then it mentioned only one drip tip, but you do get the two. Now I'm going to go ahead and use the other drip tip for you just so that you can see how that works, because that's just the way I do things. And we'll put the other one on, which Mark apparently loves these drip tips. So we're going to make it look a little wonky, and we're going to take a vape with this one. Because honestly, I haven't tried this drip tip. I've done everything else. I've been using it for days, but I really like the low profile better. So that's what I use. Same clouds, same great flavor. It doesn't do anything to diminish it. For me, it's just about the looks of it. That's the only thing that really gets me. So this is supposed to be coming out very, very soon, if it's not already out by the time that this video goes up. But yeah, so I'm going to leave the links down below. I'm sure that Element Vape is going to have it. My VPro will have it. My Vapor Store, there's a whole bunch of places that should be having it. So my pros, I want to list my pros. Airflow, 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 airflow. Number one is airflow. I also love the deck. I really do. I like the deck. Sorry, I'm switching out the drip tip. I can't look at it like that. I just don't like it. For me personally. I like the airflows, especially all the way open. I like, even if I close off the top, I like having the bottom airflow. So that to me is a plus. I like the fact that you have like two, three ways that you can actually, two ways that you can actually place the coils. You can pre-cut them. You can use the coily tool and pre-cut them. So that is two. And then the third one would be that you can actually put them in and then clip them. You do want to make sure that it's flush though. Make sure that you clip them flush so that the end of it is not hitting the top cap, so that way you don't get a short. But other than that, And the flavor is immense. Flavor and clouds are my thing. That's just, if anybody knows me, knows that I'm all about flavor and clouds. I don't choose one over the other. It has to have both or it's not for me. So I really, really like that. I love the fact that you can squonk in it, which I have not tried squonking. I'll be totally honest with you. I used it as an RDA because you get a lot more pros and cons, in my opinion, when you're using it as an RDA, something like this that's got the higher coils and the bottom airflow. So I really, really wanted to try that. If you do squonk it, the only thing I'm going to tell you is to not over squonk it, because if you go up to the airflow, it will come out the bottom, but they're so deep, you don't have to. I don't see a reason why you would over squonk and have it coming out of the bottom airflow. If you over squonk, yes, but being that they're so deep, one good squonk and you're going to be fine, because it does wick up efficiently, as exactly how it's supposed to, as long as you don't choke your cotton. You can't have it like real thick in there. If you do, it's not going to wick up efficiently. So yeah, so that's basically my review of the BTFC RDA by Augvape and VapnFagan. And if you want to find me on any of my social media, my links are down below. Please make sure that if you are subscribed, that the little bell notification is set. That way you're informed of any of my upcoming videos when they're posted. And don't forget to hit the like button. That does always help us, but if you don't want to, you don't want to. It's okay. So I will see you on the next one. And until then,